What up? To understand, to be ready for the future. To be ready for the future, we have to understand where we were at before, where we're at now, and what's to come. I say that because I just read the first 3 pages of this book here called 2020. You know, basically talking about the future of financial services. And financial services is basically money. It's basically banking. It's basically transactions, right? And we all are involved in the business of money because most of us will spend our lives in some way, shape, or form working or pursuing money, right? And I mean, if you're even remotely paying attention, you understand that the last 2 years, 2020 and 2021, now 2022, so 2.5 years, Cove, whether you believe it was man-made or happenstance or whatever you believe, it's caused a huge shift in society. And whether you agree or not, there are powerful forces at play that are involved in these changes, that are helping to lead these changes and the changes that are going to affect society, people, civilizations, and everything else. And I bring all this up because, you know, the first 2 pages, it talked about projections of urbanization. It talks about projections of population. It talks about how more people are going to be living in certain cities and certain, you know, more clustered locations. We're going to have more demands for food, for water, for shelter, different services. All of these things are going to affect society. And even today, where the America we see at this moment is different than it was 3 years ago. Now again, we don't see driverless cars like that yet. We don't see drones flying over our heads yet. But we understand that these changes will take place over the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. So who knows? It might look like some futuristic movie. I mean, I think these movies actually kind of foretell the future to some degree, but either way, we have to get an idea of the future if we want to be relevant. And I'm not talking about relevant in terms of fame or any of that stuff. I'm talking about as a man. If you have a kid today, you have to be if you care about your kid, and if you care about yourself, if you care about your family, you have to be thinking about, how am I going to sustain my family? How am I going to operate in this new future going forward, not just today, not just next year, but 10, 20, 30 years from now, as well as a woman. I mean, because we are further seeing the breakdown of the family. Women are going to have to work just like men, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, the rest of their lives, whatever the case is going to be. These are changes that are taking place in society. And so, no matter man or woman, black or white, whatever the case may be, we are going to have to understand the future that's coming if we want to stay relevant. And I'm not talking about fame or a big social media following. Who gives a freak about that? I'm talking about being able to feed yourself and your family beyond a couple dollars an hour living in poverty. Because they are expecting people to be broker in the future. And I personally have no plans on that happening to me and my family, which is why I make these videos, which is why I bought these books, which is why I'm reading while I'm driving. Because I'm going to win. I am going to win, and I'm going to make sure I win. And I want my audience, my subscribers, all 105 of you, then it becomes 1,000 of you, to 1 million of you. I want everybody to win. And so there's not much I can say, because I want to read this book to you guys, but I can't right now. We have to be ready for the future. We have to have an understanding of what's coming. Is this Pelham over here? This looks nice over here. I got a door knock. we have to have an understanding of what's coming so that we can make sure our heads is in the game. And if you're here, this is one of the best places to find out what exactly awaits all of us, because for me, I have no choice but to win. You see, me, I've been in a situation where I am in a situation where I know that these white folks in this court system, they will throw me up in jail if I can't afford to pay child support. And so for at least the next 12 years, I am gonna have to do whatever I can and learn whatever I can to get the skills wherever I can to be the best that I can. And so if you're here with me, you're on the same tip as I am. And I appreciate you being here. So stay tuned. We're gonna have more discussions, but we have to get future oriented while living and acting in the present. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Please like the video. Thank you.